First up today, we've got a Moto Compo. These were sold in the 80s as an accessory for a pair of Honda sedans. The idea was that it folds up into a cube, the seat goes down as does the handlebar area, and so you store it in the trunk of your tiny vehicle, park somewhere outside of the downtown area where parking is cheaper, and then commute in from there on your Moto Compo, I guess? In all honesty, it probably wasn't very practical, which is why Honda didn't sell too many of these things, but the idea of a foldable scooter is pretty neat, and I appreciate the engineering. Next, we've got a Suzuki Katana, and here, dear viewers, is my question for you. How do you tell what size a Katana is? Suzuki made 5 different sizes of Katana during this era, a 250, 400, 750, 1000, and 1100, and it can be quite tough to tell the difference. So I'm fairly certain that this is either a 250 or a 400, just based on the overall size, but I'm not quite sure. So if you know of a good way to tell the difference, let me know in the comments. Anyway, it's a nice Yoshi pipe on here, and not bad shape for the age either. Next up is this wild modified R1. Honestly, it took me a second to even recognize this as an R1. The paint job is entirely custom. It's got these wild upholstered seats, your typical edgy kickstand and levers and things like that. But the real crazy stuff is going on at the back end here. This looks like a custom extended swing arm that's holding like a, what is this, like a 200 size rear tire. I have no idea how this thing is road legal, or I don't know, it probably handles like shit, but hey, good for you, buddy. It's just cool to see someone willing to put this much time and money into a custom bike. From one R1 to another, it's the Yamaha R1Z. This 2-stroke 250cc parallel twin is almost a bit of a successor to the RD250 that really swept the world back in the 80s as far as production racing and things like that goes. This particular bike has a set of KE Tech pipes on it, which is a Japanese company specializing in 2-stroke exhausts. That looks really nice. The custom parts on here in general are just super tasteful too. There's nothing gaudy. I really like the red accent pieces, and just, man, I really want to buy one of these. I love the nonsense English phrases on bikes from this era too, like individual sports. That's really great. I also found a Honda Firestorm. There's nothing too custom going on here, but I see a ton of these on the streets here in Tokyo. The Firestorm was, of course, the baby brother, or the street version, if you will, of Honda's Ducati-killing RC51. And I just love the look of these. I love the V-twin sound. I knew a guy who took one of these to track days, and he said it was an absolute blast, so this is definitely on my to make a video about list. And finally today we've got a late 90s Yamaha Bronco. This little guy is basically the engine and frame from an XT225, prettied up to look like a scrambler. So I do like the styling, and the big seat and luggage rack make it look a little comfier than your standard XT. But yeah, a pretty handsome bike, and these engines are dead simple to work on, so what's not to love? But that's it for today, so thanks for watching everyone, and I'll catch you next time.